Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I just finished some implementations of the ECMAScript 6 API, and so all this stuff gets compiled into Java. So there's really no performance penalty at all. So that's really nice. And yeah, I got this thing called Brickwalker, and you'll see why it's called Brickwalker in a second. So, just a note about this, you hit F11 to maximize the window, then you press F1 to capture the mouse, because I was debugging things, I was hot reloading classes and whatnot, just like testing stuff. Anyways, this is a test of the block manipulator. This is like, when I have in the README that the direct inspirations Minecraft and Minetest, well, this is a smashing together of both of them basically. So this is essentially Frostwalker, but with bricks and grass. So it may look like the whole terrain underneath me is changing, but only the grass blocks are. If I was able to mine down, that's not implemented yet, but if I was able to mine down, I could show you, but maybe in the future I will. But anyways, you can see we're getting a steady frame rate here, and we're just walking around. And so the other component is Minetest has a voxel manipulator in Lua. So I'm like, well, that's always been a cool feature. I've always liked that in Minetest. So um, it's using the block manipulator because I'm totally original with that. And man, you can see how quick this thing is. It's crazy. And if we stand here, it actually doesn't do any updates because it's able to. The way I wrote this is, I'll just show you now. So it's making sure the chunks are loaded, which I need to. Once we get out of classic and I start impdev, and yes, I am taking like the Minecraft steps for this because it seems like a good path to follow. Um, anyways, it's checking that the position, like the chunks are loaded, and if they're not, it will just ignore this and it will just return because in JavaScript you're able to do a functional return like this, and we have crafter.get connected players and whatnot. So once I saw we could do lambdas in ECMAScript 6, I was like, bring it on. Nah. But it was just like, I really liked it. I'm like, holy shit, this is amazing. Because this is how you do 4 each, and you do it in normal style. But this looks cleaner. Anyway, so it's checking that the chunks are loaded, and if they're not, return, go to the next player. And then we're flooring the player's position. A recent change was I accidentally exposed a mutable version of get position, so I just fixed that last night. So now we're going to floor the position. I don't really need to floor this. Also, math.floor exists because um, this is imported from JOML, so all the JOML math data is able to be used in the ECMAScript API, and a bunch of the JOML types are. I might add some more actually, but we'll see. So this is pretty basic. It works kind of like the block manipulator in Lua for Minetest. So you set your position. So we're just doing the distance, which is 5, and then so we set these positions, and that basically recalibrates the block manipulator. And I mean, I can show you, but I mean, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to explain because this has been a lot of work. Here's the block manipulator fields. Okay. And so it's literally one internal array and it's being reused constantly, and there's limits, so you can only go 64, 128, 64. So top of the map and 4 chunks wide. Yeah, I think it's 4 chunks wide. I can't do math. I've already done too much math tonight. And then it's just a bunch of 1D array manipulation because it's primarily single threaded, so I wanted to make it as fast as possible. Anyways, set your positions, min and max. Then we read the map, and This is using a somewhat inefficient method, but I mean, it's the fastest thing I could figure it out by myself. So then we go and get the definitions or the block IDs for brick and grass, and then this is where that thing I was talking about is where if it doesn't change, it doesn't write to the map, so it doesn't bother with that. And so we get it from the array in the block manipulator. But as far as you're concerned, just think of it as a box that you can work inside of and do random things. And then it's raw data, like it's got the light value and the ID and the state all in one integer. So I gave this block data API, so you can just get it from that. And if it equals or does not equal grass, then continue this loop. But if it does, this means change is turned on, and it's a one-way gate basically. And then we use that block data API to set the raw data to brick, and then we get that drop back into the raw data integer. And then we're using the block manipulator again to set the raw data, which has been updated. We can update the light too, but I haven't implemented the ability for the map to read, or the chunk mesh generator to read the map. And then if it's changed, then we write the data, and then that's the end of the loop. And it will actually do this for all players. So, yeah, that's about it really. We can do something else cool. Well, I'll see. Let's see. Let's go back now. Maximize mode here. So I'm honestly quite impressed. If we turn up VSync here, I haven't tested this with VSync off, but let's see here. False. Watch it get like 5 FPS when I do this. And Shift F10. Run it in run mode. Okay, now we're still going to get a pretty good FPS. This is running every 0.1 seconds, so I was going to expect this to affect the frame rate somewhat, but you know, we have to regenerate the chunk mesh stacks because there's 8 of them in one chunk, and we might be updating multiple at the same time. And yeah, but other than that, it's not bad. I think 800 to 900 FPS ain't too bad. Oh, we're getting 1,000 now apparently. Very nice. All right, so let's do that stupid test that I wanted to do, just for fun. So basically, I forget my own API, so just like I forget the Minetest API. Crafter.register on timer, and then you have your interval. We'll say 0.25 and true. The thing is you can register a timer at any point in the game loop. Just don't do it when the game starts directly up, otherwise it might crash. I'm still trying to like figure out how to throw proper warnings and whatnot, but anyways, let's start this real quick. So we throw it a lambda, so let's see here. I'll just say print hello world. There you go. And I like to use semicolons because I'm a weirdo. You don't have to do that. It's like Lua where you can just type hello world. Wow, it's beautiful. Oh my god. But anyways, Raptor.get connected players dot for each, and then we have to lambda this. I think, yeah, so player goes into a lambda, and let's just fix this. And we'll test it by doing player.get name. See if this crashes, because I probably made a typo. Nope, my name is single player. Very nice. Okay, so we'll do val, actually no, const position equals player.get position. And we'll actually make this, because this is read only, we're going to do a new vector 3f. And we're going to use, I'm using there's 2 APIs, right? There's the equivalent to Minetest get node, set node. And then we're going to be using that right now, but this is basically the equivalent of the voxel manipulator in Minetest. So I think it's pretty neat. I actually think it works very well in Minetest too. So we can do position -1, no, dot y minus equals 1, and then we'll do, I'm pretty sure we can just do crafter dot set name. I need to like fix this up. I'm gonna probably move the single point API or the single block API. I call it the point API in my head, but I always mess it up when I say it out loud. But the single point API needs to be its own like array of functions, just like the block manipulator is. So let's set it to crafter stone, and we have to do it in the position. Cool. And we'll print stony. Sure. Why not? Oof. Set name is not a function. See, this is why I needed to make some documentation for my own API, because I'm just dumb. Oh, it's set block name. Set block name. There you go. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh, I forget to. See, this is the thing I forget to check. If is chunk loaded, and then I need to pass it in. This is why I made it with multiple. I made the API have either float, 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 or vector 3f, or int, 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 and vector 3i, because there's different situations where they work like you don't have to convert between them, and because I found myself converting between them, and it was annoying. If this isn't loaded, then return. This is if this chunk isn't loaded, then return. Amazing! Wow, it's science. Ah, look at that. And now we can, if I make this like really frequent, like if I make it like 0.05, this is probably gonna like lag like crazy. Or maybe it won't, I don't know. I want to just be able to walk. Yeah. But the problem is I can't go down now, so I have just trapped myself above the map. So if you're out here, please send help. Thank you. This is pretty neat. I have actually never tried this before, so. And you can see how fast those yeah, you can see the frame rate's much higher, by the way. I was expecting it to dip down, but no, it's a lot higher. But anyways. I lost my train of thought, and there's no recovering, unfortunately. So, yeah, this is actually pretty nice. Oh no, oh no, I can't go down. There's no sneaking it. This is like an Etch-a-Sketch in 3D, kinda. This is crazy looking. Oh, they're both running at the same time now. This is actually kind of cool. I'm not even gonna lie. Because I registered the stone one second, it's actually running them in direct order. So you can see that the wait a second, it wouldn't overwrite the stone anyways. But anyways, um, you can see the one that I'm on, even though it's updating the surrounding area, it's not overwriting the stone because I registered the brick walker first, and then I registered the stone, and it has to iterate through them in order. Just for efficiency, I suppose. I could have done multi-threaded, but I'm like, I don't even want to deal with it. I'm all set. Yeah, this was kind of wild, actually. I didn't expect this to be so cool looking. Let's just jump up. Why not? We'll get rid of all this brick up here. Beautiful. Truly beautiful. And I'll tell you what, we'll go walk over there and we'll crash the game, because We need to end on like a horrific accident that happened in the game or something. And if I remember what I was talking about earlier, I'll watch the video back and I'll update the comments because I totally lost my train of thought earlier. I'll tell you guys what I was thinking. Yeah, unfortunately the game is still silent also. That isn't because I don't feel like loading up OpenAL and debugging that. I'm just trying to like focus on one thing at a time, one problem at a time. Also, the Chaotic in my Discord server was just like, please, for the love of God, can you shadow the edges? And I'm like, okay, let's do it. And it actually looks really nice. Look at that. Looks like nice blocky rolling hills, and because everything is so far away, it kind of looks like it's smooth, but it's not at the same time. It almost looks really like nice. All right, here we go. We're gonna break it. We're gonna. It's broken. Yep. And let me see. This happened in chunk storage. Since it's running in the in like its own thing, it's kind of like. Oh wait, no. Physics is the problem. I need to set the physics to not crash when you go on the edge of the world. I thought it was the whatever it was called, the brick walker. But anyways, if you guys enjoy this video, leave a like, and if you want to see more, well, then why not subscribe? And I'll catch you in the next one. So hope you have a nice day, and peace out.